All right, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things, okay? Another day, another Zeus Network, a saga, okay? The girls are supposed to be on their way to the motherland, if not already there, but the drama is still here lingering in the States, all right? Now we've got Scotty's former stylist of 2 years seemingly speaking out and ready to air it all. All right. Apparently, he is upset because Scotty is too far gone, has been mistreating him on the behalf of Lemmy. All right. He also says he has not been paid for his services. All right. And since Scotty has removed him from the team, and so now he is ready to tell his truth. All right. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. So let's get into some of the receipts that he posted on his Instagram, and then I have some tea for you myself. All right, so this is what he was saying via Instagram. The guy's name is Darian Christopher, okay? Now, before we get into this, I just want to start off by saying, you know, there's always 3 sides to the story. His side, their side, and the truth, okay? So we're here just to dissect, give our assessment. We're not on anybody's side. And we're not picking any sides, and we're not saying that any of this stuff or the allegations that are being put out there against Lemmy or Scotty are true in any way. We don't know because we weren't there, so we're not here to confirm any of this being true, okay? We're just here to present the news and talk about it, okay? So here's what had been said. He says, attention, everybody, I'm not working with Scotty or Zeus Network anymore. Do not tag me in any post having to do with her anymore. Now I can really tell y'all what's been going on behind the scenes. Going live soon. Then he alludes to a bruise being on her leg. Is that a bruise on her leg? I wonder who did that. So he's alleging that Lemmy hits her. Where should I start, y'all? Let's talk about how this man chokes her dog Capri when he gets mad at her and she sticks around with him. Choking the dog is crazy. Choking the dog is nuts. Scotty is too far gone. I hate to say it. Her energy is just as dark as the rest of them. She allows him to allegedly abuse her, and for what, a check? I tried to help her, and she blamed me. She turned on me for trying to help her. She says I don't have her best interests at heart, but lies and excuses and lies and excuses an alleged abuser. It's so sad. I never wanted to do this, but Scotty is so far gone. This man is so evil. They threaten me and treat me like Let me tell you something. This man has threatened my safety. He has deleted my TikTok. He has disrespected me and the people around me numerous times. I don't know if he thinks this is about to keep me quiet, but I don't scare easily. He is allegedly a woman beater. And I'm only saying allegedly because I have to. And for Scotty to turn on me after the years of working for her, I defended this girl. I tried my best to save her. But she didn't want to be saved. She let him continue to threaten me and treat me like I hate for it to seem like I'm airing out her dirty laundry. But you all have no idea the stuff that I had to go through with this company. I have been sexually assaulted. Ooh, wow. I've been threatened. Wow. And I've had to witness the unimaginable. Oh my God. Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy. Beating, choking the dog, SA. Okay, let's talk. So last week, I get a message from this guy, and I'm like, okay, you know, he's like, hey, I need some advice. I want to talk, and I'm like, okay, sure. You know, I'm always all ears to to talk and see what's going on. And we get on the call, and he was just like, well, Armon, please don't say anything or don't record this because I've been recording. I said, listen, I don't discuss my sources. I'm whatever you tell me, I hear it, but I'm not gonna go record your phone call. I'm not gonna air it out. I'm not gonna post it. But when I saw that he was talking about it, I'm like, okay, girl, we're gonna talk about it. It must not be no tea. You're saying everything. So he called me, long story short, he called me, pretty much told me all the same stuff. You know what I mean? I was there listening, and he was just like, well, I don't know really what to do because I feel like Scotty is my friend. I've been working with her for 2 years. However, she is so far gone with Lemmy that anything that he says, she's going to go abide by it to the point where like she hangs out with me, or if I'm in the room, she'll mention everybody else around me, but won't mention me. Lemmy doesn't want her around me. He hates me because I don't allow him to treat her a certain kind of way. I check him. I get into it with him. He told me that, they've got into it. He told me that Lemmy allegedly threatened his safety, threatened his life, and all of these things. And he didn't know what to do. And I told him, I said, listen, don't speak out because it's not going to do anything for you. And I said, also, just do your job. I said, at the end of the day, if Scotty is so far gone, you can't save her. And my last word to him was, if you are trying to stop someone from doing something with another individual, all you're doing is pushing her closer towards them. So you should just get your money and pay it because you're not going to be able to save her. Let adults be adults and let her make her adult decisions, But then he was telling me, I'm at the point where I don't even want to work for Zeus anymore. And I said, well, hey, is the pay worth it? And he kind of was like, well, no, it's a couple of $1,000, but it's nothing crazy because I'm not part of the talent. So the money wasn't even really worth it for him to stick around. So I said, well, I wouldn't get too involved in their personal relationship stuff just because if it comes down to it, she will choose his side because there's her opportunities. She's in love. And at the end of the day, this is Scotty's biggest gig to date. So she's not going to, let this go. And then, he kind of spilled and said that, this is allegedly though, but this is what he told me over the phone, that, that Lemmy tells her that, everybody in Hollywood has multiple girlfriends and multiple wives and things like that. That's just a part of, Hollywood. Look at Nick Cannon, look at Future, look at these powerful men. A lot of these millionaire men, billionaire men and things like that, they have multiple girlfriends. It's part of the Hollywood elite culture. This is allegedly what, Lemmy told Scotty via the guy here. And I'm only letting y'all know what the conversation we had because he's airing it out. I would have never said anything. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to talk about it now and talk about our conversation now because you went public. So now that you went public, now I'm going to fill in some of the missing pieces too, that what you had spilled to me. Because I was never going to talk about it. I was just going to sit on it and just be like, well, girl, pay it. But yes. So, and then he alleged that one day he was, that Lemmy had told him that I will pay you to spy on Scotty and watch whoever she talked to or do whatever she do. It's crazy. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, he would pay me a healthy salary to spy on her and watch her and see who she talked to and come back and report it to him. And then he said that he went and told Scotty that, and Scotty got upset with him because she was like, well, why did you even take the phone call with Lemmy? So I don't know. It was just a mess. It's a mess going on over there. Now, on the other hand, though, I'm also hearing rumblings on the side where Scotty and other people on that side, they feel that this guy, Darian, is very messy. And he doesn't treat, and if you ask Scotty, he doesn't really treat her that well himself. And so he has a messy thing about him. Scotty hasn't really been feeling him. And then when Scotty checks him on his bad behavior, he brings up how Lemmy treats her. And then Scotty says, well, why are you always bringing up my relationship and throwing that in my face? It's too much drama. You're being too messy. You're too negative. And at this point, I'm no longer working with you. That's kind of like what I've been kind of hearing. So it's just this back and forth tug of war, apparently, between Scotty stuck in the middle, and it's giving Lemmy and it's giving the Darian guy. Now, I don't know all the moving parts of it because, we just know one side of the story. But apparently this guy says he hasn't been paid adequately for the services that were rendered. He feels that Scotty has Stockholm syndrome. She's at the point where she's too far gone up Lemmy's ass. And now, from these messages we're seeing, he's alluding that, Lemmy is beating her, choking the dog. He's been threatened, allegedly. There's things called of SA, and he's been having to witness the unimaginable. What is that? Now, when he did call me, he didn't tell me anything about SA and witnessing the unimaginable. But he did tell me about the spying on Scotty and the payment that was allegedly, put out. Then he did reveal, that he's not allowed to be in the vicinity of Scotty. And if Lemmy finds out that he's there, it becomes a problem. And he did tell me that Lemmy threatens him. He said Lemmy's a very nasty person. I don't know how true that is, but he's talking. So, there's, like I said, I would like to know what he did. Because if you ask him, he's just basically saying, hey, I've been trying to be a good support system to Scotty, but in that, Lemmy doesn't like me. And so she chose him over me, which I told him that she's going to do that. He's the money. She's sleeping with him. He's the opportunity. You're the staff. You can be replaced. Not like that, but that's just how it goes. I didn't really want him to speak out, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like whenever one of us speak out, it always kind of looks like, oh, there goes that messy queen. You know what I'm saying? And so I just didn't want it to come across like, oh, girl, this is another messy queen. Upset because he didn't or she didn't get her way. But I guess when a person is fed up, they're fed up. I would have advised him to speak out. My advice would have been, mind your business, do your job, collect your coins, and keep your receipts in a little duffel bag in case you need them. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your life is getting threatened and stuff. You make sure that you document everything that's going on. If you feel like people are threatening you or people are coming for you or you just in compromising situations, you just go ahead and put that in a bag somewhere tucked away in the corner in case you need it. But you just put your head down and you focus and you work. Don't get too invested in that, because if you have a woman that's like Scotty, this is her biggest gig, she's in love, you're not going to be able to come between that. Actually, what will happen is, like I said earlier, you're going to end up pushing her closer to him. He's the money. He's the power. And she loves him. So, he went in to talk about how he treats, he said that Lemmy treats Scotty like shit. She's always crying. She's miserable. She's never happy. And everybody's like, well, what the hell is wrong with her? And she's too far gone. But like I said, that's that lady business. That is her business. That is her business if she wants to do that. She's an adult, and I would advise him to just get his coin. But I think the problem was it got too far, and Lemmy was just like, you know what? He's got to go. And Scotty was like, all right, he got to go. Now, he's probably done some other things too, but we don't know about those things. But, in some messages that I seen, it was looking like, Scotty was not too pleased with how he has been treating her himself. So it's like this back and forth tug of war between the three of them. And ultimately, he has been iced out and now he is out of the equation. But where does this leave him now? I think that this is a very slippery slope because, number one, when you speak out and your people look at you like you can't be trusted, even if you're telling the truth. But then two, a lot of people turn a blind eye to things that they hear about Zeus Network because they get paid or they get opportunities. So I don't know if you have a lot of support because, again, like I've always said, people are not going to risk their livelihood for someone that they don't feel can give them any value. But for Zeus Network, in my opinion, this is not good. This will boil over. No one will really, pay much attention to it right now. However, this is just one more thing on the internet that adds to the list that's slowly piling up. Now, sure, everything isn't true. Some stuff may be inflated. Some stuff may be lies. We can't say that everything that someone says about Zeus Network is true. But you get enough people saying it and the right person says it, boom. And then here we are, receipts and this story and this story. And then they start stringing things together. So my thing with Zeus would be get everybody on one accord. No more leaks, no more disgruntled employees, no more crashing out, no more exposing. Because while it may seem like, no one's paying attention to that. Oh, we can throw a check at that. Oh, it's okay. We'll drop a trailer to Baddies Africa. They'll forget about it tomorrow. That may be true for now, but you can't keep throwing a carpet over dog shit. Because eventually, it doesn't matter how much carpet you put over it, you're gonna start to smell the shit. And you're gonna have to address the problem. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want the to get too far gone and start really stinking. And you can't pretend like you don't smell it no more. That's all I'm saying. So while this probably will get tucked under the radar because it's just a stylist and it's Scotty's former stylist, it's one more thing just floating on the internet waiting to be revealed at a later date, especially if there's some truth or validity to any of these claims. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, child. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below about Scotty Stylist coming out, speaking out, spilling the tea, alleging that Lemmy is he's witnessed the unimaginable. He's been, yes, but by who? That's a strong allegation. This is giving a Diddy set. I don't know what Lemmy got going on over there, but it's giving very Diddy. Ciao. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think below. But girl, something tells me that this is just going to be messier and messier and messier, messier until this all implodes. Oh well, we'll be here to talk about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until next time, keep that same energy, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.